I tried rebuilding my entire pop girl playlist with Christian artists only, and I did not expect their replacements to be this good. This is part 7 of the Christian Pop Girl series, and this time we're replacing artists like beabadoobee, Gracie Abrams, and even Ice Spice. Because let's be real, a lot of us love the sound and aesthetics of modern pop girls, but oftentimes the lyrics, themes, and worldview behind the music are contrary to godly values, and they end up pulling us away from God rather than toward Him. So as someone who has been struggling with this for years, I wanted to give you Christian artists that scratch the same itch while still helping you grow closer to God. So if you love mainstream pop, but you're trying to honor God more intentionally with your music choices, these artists are exactly what you've been looking for. Because, hi, I'm Josiah, and I've cut off secular music for almost 2 years now, and it's transformed my relationship with God. Since then, I've been trying to help you find more Christian artists in your music taste so that you can experience the same thing, but with me doing the digging for you. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 new Christian artists you will love. I'll give you a snippet of my favorite songs of theirs, tell you who they are, and why you should give them a listen. But before we begin, I want to say a quick thank you to my friends at Ana Luisa for sending me some of their beautiful jewelry pieces. I just love how simple and elegant they are, and they have incredible quality for their price point. They also have a 2-year warranty, which is really, really nice. And I don't know about you, but for me, it can be hard to find accessories that still feel feminine without being overly flashy. And so I really like these pieces because they feel so timeless and minimal. I've been wearing them to church and to work because they are so versatile. Something else I really appreciate about their jewelry is that it's hypoallergenic and tarnish resistant, which is really great because I love re-wearing my favorite necklaces daily. So if y'all have been looking for simple everyday jewelry pieces, get yours on my link from Ana Luisa before they run out. With that, let's begin. If your taste leans toward the soft indie guitars and dreamy vocals, then you need to know about Dorothy, who seriously reminds me of beabadoobee. When I first found Dorothy's songs, my jaw dropped because they were so stunningly written, produced, and sung. It has that same indie bedroom pop feel that a lot of people love about beabadoobee, but this time her lyrics point you toward God and not heartbreak. One thing I really love about her music is that she still talks about her struggles and insecurities, and she doesn't try to force herself into this so-called Christian music culture where things are happy-go-lucky all the time. She is a genuine artist who loves God and makes honest music. And people love beabadoobee because her music feels intimate, vulnerable, and human. And I believe Dorothy keeps that same emotional authenticity, but does it without normalizing unhealthy attachments or hopelessness in the process. Philippians 4:8 tells us to dwell on what is true, pure, and lovely. So if you want songs that still feel soft and emotional while helping you set your mind on the things above instead, please give Dorothy a listen. I promise you she is worth it. Okay, so now you might be thinking, yeah, Dorothy covers that soft indie girl lane really well, but what if the sound I'm trying to replace isn't as soft, but instead more confident, like Ice Spice level delivery? Well, that is where Patrina DeLacy comes in.
I can like if it don't make no sense. All the things that it really prevents. I've been split from the worst of I can't be in the middle. Getting nowhere rather than just on Twitter. Come from the land with a giant. Make this your own creation. How you so patient.
Patrina surprised me the most because when people think Christian music, they usually don't think of anything that sounds remotely like Ice Spice. But Patrina does this genre really well in a way that has bold and fun energy. But instead of making the message self-glorifying, she redirects her confidence toward God instead. Because here's a misconception that most of us make. Christian humility doesn't mean that you have to sound timid. Biblical confidence is about knowing your strength. Protection, identity, and boldness comes from the Lord. Like, here's some lyrics I like from her song Prayed Up. She's gonna speak the truth with authority, led by the Spirit, not how she feels. And her music is so good for that, speaking the truth of the gospel with confidence. And yes, we need to let the Spirit lead us more, not our feelings. And this is why your music is so important. Because if you only let your emotion lead your music choices, you might be straying from what the Holy Spirit actually wants you to be feeding your soul. So if you're someone trying to follow God more intentionally with the music you listen to, please subscribe, because this channel is all about helping you stay in that commitment. Okay, but this next artist genuinely caught me off guard, because if you love that soft, feminine 90s, 2000s R&B sound, like the kind of music Aaliyah used to make, I genuinely think Aaliyah Lara is one of the closest Christian alternatives I found.
I used to dream of a love like this. One thing of just simply knowing you. Need to get closer to you. See, I'm a star, so I don't miss when I shoot. My mind sharp like stiletto shoes. That's almost over.
I think what people actually love about artists like Aaliyah isn't always just the nostalgia. It's also the softness and femininity that is attractive to listen to. And for a long time, I didn't think Christian music would do this kind of genre well. The stigma is that Christian music is boring after all, but that's what my entire channel is for, to show you that Christian music is actually the antithesis of that. It's so much more fun than you think it is. But anyway, artists like Aaliyah Lara, again, proved me wrong, because she keeps that soft, feminine R&B energy but doesn't feed into something that secular R&B often does, which is to romanticize unhealthy attachment, emotional dependency, and lust. And I think that difference matters way more than people realize, because music doesn't just affect us lyrically, it affects what starts feeling emotionally normal to us over time. Think about it. Foul language will genuinely be shocking to us if we don't surround ourselves with it, in who we talk to, what we say, and what we listen to. But we will be used to it if that is what we constantly are exposed to. And since music is something we expose ourselves to daily, our music choices really matter. And so finding artists that still sound beautiful while leading your heart somewhere healthier spiritually genuinely changes the way you listen to music. And honestly, that's why I'm so passionate about finding these artists for you guys. And if you want even more recommendations like this, specific artists for the genres and secular artists you're trying to replace, that's exactly why I need your support to do this long term. Before we continue, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone supporting this channel on Patreon. If you've been finding these videos helpful, or if you've used some of the song recommendations in your playlist now, please consider supporting this channel. These videos take many hours of research to make, listening to the music, sourcing them, compiling them, and producing the videos as well. I recently hired an editor to streamline the process and get the videos to you guys faster, but that costs money. I'm also newly married and stepping into a new season of life, so being able to support my husband while continuing this work means a lot to me. Your support genuinely makes it possible for me to keep making these videos and continue this mission of helping Christians cut off secular music in a way that's actually sustainable. And if you aren't able to support us in this way, liking, subscribing, and sharing this video already means so much. Now back to the video. Now we need to talk about one of the hardest categories for people to replace: the sad girl songwriter genre of pop girls. And I'm speaking from experience, because this was literally my main genre of pop for a long time before I cut off secular music. I would love the Gracie Abrams type music, the emotional diary entry lyrics, intimate production, and heartbreaking vocals. This combination of pop for so long made me feel so deeply understood in the moment that it was hard to let go of. Impossible to let go of. But looking back, a lot of the music I used to listen to in that genre was like sugar-coated poison candy. It tastes sweet at first. It's comforting to your emotions, and it's something you love to turn to, but its effects on you slowly but surely harm you in the long run and take over your entire mindset. For me, this sugar-coated poison candy made it hard for me to forgive people, because of the very music I was surrounding myself with daily. It was a lot of vengeful lyrics, and because music isn't just words or sounds, it's mindsets and emotions, with this genre, that often means circling around the same wounds over and over again. And yes, we can crave music that feels honest, ones that sit with sadness instead of pretending everything is okay. But when you're constantly fed by music that overthinks romantic obsession, emotional dependency, and hopelessness, even vengeance, vengefulness. You make heartbreak your entire identity. And after a while, you aren't just listening to sadness, you're dwelling inside it. And that's why I was so excited when I found Zoe Levert, because she captures that same intimacy and honesty we crave in songs, but there is still forgiveness and light in her music.
How you work, you've got 5-star reviews. Oh, sharing Jesus with an ex is not a Bible verse for that, but I'll take what he's told.
Zoe literally talks about sharing Jesus with an ex, which is an incredibly real and vulnerable situation to be in. But it's vulnerability without the glorification of brokenness. And I think that balance is so important as Christians because God doesn't ask us to suppress our emotion, but he also doesn't ask us to build our identity around that pain. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, so Christian music doesn't have to avoid sadness or situational complexity. It simply gives sadness somewhere to go, which is why this last artist ties everything together. This is a super specific sound, but you know that really atmospheric, whispery, and immersive kind of music style? Almost like you're floating inside someone else's thoughts? Well, Christian music's got that covered too. I told y'all, it's not boring, because this is Vivian Santana, and she sounds just like Billie Eilish to me, but the hit me hard and soft version. Billie's music resonates with so many people, not just because of her sound, but because it lets them feel so deeply. Loneliness, numbness, longing, and intensity. And honestly, I think a lot of people are searching for music that meets them where they're at today, when they feel mentally and emotionally overwhelmed. But this is where Vivian Santana shocked me, because she captures that emotion in her music, but without making darkness feel comforting to stay inside forever. That's what makes her such a beautiful artist to explore. And I think that brings together the biggest point of this entire series, because the issue was never sad music bad or pop music bad, but rather, where does your music lead your heart? Because again, music isn't just music. It isn't neutral in a fallen world. It is a powerful tool to train you what to return to emotionally. And over time, the songs you repeatedly listen to begin to shape how you process pain, how you view love, how you handle loneliness, and even what values feel normal to you. That is why being intentional with my music has been such a big part of my walk with God. Not because I wanted a Christianized version of everything, but because I realized I didn't just want music that merely met me where I was at, but music that could walk me through my emotions with God. And that is exactly why when I found the music I was looking for, I created resources to help others find their type of music that walks with God too. That's why I made the Christian Pop Girlies playlist on Spotify, where you can find songs from all the artists I've mentioned here and in previous parts to this replacement series. I also have the Christian Music Vault, a database where you can discover Christian artists based on your favorite genres and the secular artists you're trying to replace. And lastly, a new resource I'm building for you is that Christian music group chat. This is where you can share Christian songs you've been loving, ask for recommendations, and encourage each other with your music journey. And you can join this chat on my Patreon for free. You do not have to be a paying member for this chat, so don't hesitate and don't be shy. If you've been wanting to get super specific Christian song recommendations or even just wanted to help others out, please join the group and start asking there. So instead of endlessly doom scrolling to find Christian artists that fit your taste, you actually have somewhere to start. So if you want all of those free resources, you can find them all linked in the description. Remember to also check out 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 jewelry and use my link when you do so. So at the start of this video, maybe you felt stuck loving the sound and emotion of modern pop girls, but also wanting your music taste to honor God. But now you actually have 5 new Christian artists to explore, a new playlist, and a whole database too, to expand your playlist intentionally, without feeling like you have to compromise on your walk with God to enjoy good music. And so hopefully this journey feels less like deprivation and more like discovery. And if it's hard to remember why you're doing this and you'd like daily visual reminders to set your minds on the things above, I also design Christian posters, which you can find on my Etsy shop. And if you decide to get one, you can use the code 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 for 10% off, and that lets me know that you came from this video. Now, until then, stay rooted in Christ, and God bless.